right, welcome back. We're in our seashell backlot checking in today with our Green Thumb Master. That's your new name for
okay, I like that. All right.
Tiger Palafox from Mission Hills Nursery. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah.
Beautiful display as always. Thank you for that.
We try.
Talking about gardening, talking about the importance of water, and I wanted to comment too on this weather because I'm sure it's kind of a good weekend maybe to get out in the yard because it's not too hot. Excellent
weekend to get out in the yard. You're going to get out there. This little slight haze that we have right now is wonderful because it keeps it cool. Not a lot of stress on the plants because of the overcast skies that eliminates a lot of the sun rays coming down and stuff like that. And not only that, it's not going to dry up too fast. So that way you don't have to be so on top of the watering, which we're talking about now.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Now we're in the middle of this El Nino season, so we've gotten a lot of rain, which you had mentioned a couple weeks ago. That's really good for the soil, but we got to keep water in the soil at all times. So what do we need? What's the number one thing about irrigating our plants?
Well, the number one thing about irrigating your plants is that you need to learn how to use your irrigation properly and check up on it. And that's the one thing we're going to talk about today. There's a lot of sprinkler heads out there, and there's a lot of different styles, different types. Well, you got to find the one that's going to fit your garden requirements.
Okay.
So right here in front of us, we got some great products from Toro. These are just some pop-up sprinklers. Okay. So the water pressure goes in there, pops up, starts spraying water when the system is turned on.
Okay, so this is what you recommend to people who maybe come in and look at this?
Different lawn areas, different planting areas, these are the ones that you want to use. Okay. Now, the nice thing about these is that they are so easy and they're easy to maintain, but they do get clogged up every once in a while. Okay. Each one of these is going to have a little spray head on it, and every once in a while, a little dirt will get in there, calcium will build up, so you got to check them out. So, easy adjustment right here. Go ahead and take yours.
How it's done too.
Exactly. Even an awesome gardener like you can get out there and do this yourself.
Yeah, right.
So you're just going to pull a red little pop-up right there.
Okay.
Grab the other part with your left hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Twist that off.
Oh, well. Oh, there it goes.
Just unscrews, yeah. And then go ahead and spin on the other top.
Okay. Look at that. Even me. And then even I can do this.
It just goes right back in, and now it's ready to go.
Okay,
so then you can adjust that to shoot farther, to shoot less, go a little wider or more narrow, depending on what you're working with there. Now, also, some people have problems. My friend Nancy has a dog named Elwood and loves to get out there and chase the sprinkler heads when they pop up. So this is a product from Toro called the XF. It's a pop-up spray head. When the nozzle gets damaged, it automatically shuts off. So it won't release water if there's a problem there. And so Elwood, when he goes there and tacks the sprinkler head and breaks it off, it'll shut off. And we put them all over our yard so that way if he ever does it again, it'll save on the water.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
And the next thing these are called funny pipes or swing joints is what we kind of call them in the industry.
Funny pipes. I like that one better.
Yeah, a little easier to remember. And so this would be your irrigation line, your hard line underground. You connect it right there where you would normally connect the sprinkler head. But because it's allowed to move up and down and kind of swivel, and it's a flexible tubing, if you step on the sprinkler head, because the sprinkler head would be attached right here.
Okay.
So if you stepped on it, you wouldn't break the piping underneath. It wouldn't damage anything else like that. And you can adjust the rise of the sprinkler.
Perfect.
So it makes it really flexible. And I recommend if you're putting sprinklers in your lawn, you always use this because the mower, the lawn height always changes. So you got to protect those sprinklers so you don't damage them.
Especially if you have kids running around, dogs running around. I mean, perfect example of why that works.
Exactly. So that's something that if you have a lawn area, you should put those on every sprinkler.
Perfect.
The next thing is also having the proper tools, knowing that some sprinklers require a little screwdriver, some require another little tool to adjust them. So when you go to the store to buy your sprinkler, just ask them the tools that you're going to need to adjust them as well.
Perfect.
And then the last thing I want to mention is that there's different style of sprinklers out there, and so make sure you know what you're working with before you start buying new heads, because some of them are threaded on the outside and some are threaded on the inside. So some have a male thread and some have a female thread.
Okay.
So when you're buying sprinklers, you want to make sure you're buying the right one because these ones wouldn't connect with each other.
All right.
So before you go to the hardware store 8 times to get the right tool or the right...
Which I probably still will, but whatever.
So you just got to keep an eye out on those. And Toro makes a wonderful line of products that makes it really easy to do your irrigation. So you can go online and check out the products and also come in and ask a professional.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you have any questions at home, as you mentioned, a great weekend to go gardening, just come on in to Mission Hills Nursery, ask for Tiger. He's the best.